Namaste Hari Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ugropyanayam Svabhaktanam Kesari Kesari Vasvapotanam Annesham Ugravikramaha Agreto Narasimhasya Gopi Nandanaha Ubayo Parshavayo Rasam Sasharao Rama Lakshmana. So as yesterday we have discussed, the conversation between Hiraṇyakaśipu and Prahlad Maharaj. Now, Narad Muni further he explains, Shri Narada Vacha Eta Pada Brahmana Nyokta Vidaram Mahamatihi Tam Sannidhyastasya Kupitaha Sudinora Sevakaha. The great saint Narad Muni continued. The great soul Prahlad Maharaj became silent after saying this to his teachers, Shanda and Amar, the seminal sons of Shukracharya. These so-called Brahmanas then became angry at him because they were servants of Hiraṇyakaśipu. They were very sorry, and to chastise Prahlad, they spoke as follows. 15, chapter 5. The word Shukra means semen. The sons of Shukracharya were Brahmanas by birthright, but an actual Brahmana is one who possessed Brahminical qualities. Brahmanas, Shanda and Amarka, being seminal sons of Shukracharya, did not actually possess real Brahminical qualifications. Or they engaged as servants of Hiraṇyakaśipu. For they engaged as the servants of the Hiraṇyakaśipu. An actual Brahmana is very satisfied to see anyone, not to speak of his disciples, become a devotee of Lord Krishna. Such a Brahmana are meant to satisfy the Supreme Master. A Brahmana is strictly prohibited from becoming a servant of anyone else, for that is the business of dogs and Shudras. A dog must satisfy his master, but Brahmana does not have to satisfy anyone. It's simply meant to satisfy Krishna. Anukulena Krishnanu Shilanam. That is the real qualification of Brahmana. Because Shanda and Amarka were seminal Brahmanas and had become servants of such a master as Hiraṇyakaśipu, they unnecessarily wanted to chastise Prahlad Maharaj. So here Prabhupada emphasized on the Brahmanas by qualities, not by just birthright. As the Shanda and Amarka, they are ready now to chastise Prahlad. Why? Because he has become a Vaishnava. Actual Brahmana will be pleased to see if someone becomes Krishna conscious or someone dedicates his life for Krishna service. And that's why here Prabhupada says that the Shanda and Amarka, they were not actual Brahmanas. because they were not possessing the Brahminical qualities. And in the age of a Kali, we see that Rakshasa Jayate Brahma Yonisha. Kalau Rakshasa Jayate Brahma Yonisha. In the age of a Kali, most of the demons in Dwapar and Treta Yuga, they have taken birth in the Brahmin family. And that's why so much of destruction of Vedic culture has been done. We can see for last few centuries like how the Brahminical standards they are getting diluted and everything is going to get ruined. Because being the head and leaders of the society, if Brahmanas, they don't cultivate the proper Brahminical qualities, then what you can expect from the other classes of men? Then further, Devashi Narad says, Aniyatam are vetram asmakam avashakskraha kulangrasya durbuddhe chaturtho ashodito damaha. Oh, please bring me a stick. This Prahlad is damaging our name and fame. Because of his bad intelligence, he has become like a cinder in the dynasty of demons. Now he needs to be treated by the fourth of the four kinds of a political diplomacy. In a political affairs, when a person disobediently agitates against the government, four principles are used to suppress him: legal order, pacification, the offer of post, or finally weapons. What they call as Samadama Danda Bheda. So now they are trying to give danda, punishment, to Prahlad Maharaj. When there are no other arguments, he is punished. In logic, this is called argumentum ad baculum. When the two seminal Brahmanas, Shanda and Amarka, fell to extract from Prahlad Maharaj the cause of his having opinions different from those of his father, they called for a stick with which to chastise him to satisfy their master, Hiraṇyakaśipu. Because Prahlad had become a devotee, they considered him to be contaminated by the bad intelligence, to be the worst descendant in the family of demons. As it is said, where ignorance is bliss, it is folly to be wise. In a society or a family in which everyone is a demon, for someone to become a Vaishnava is certainly folly. Thus, Prahlad Maharaj was charged with a bad intelligence because he was among demons, including his teachers, who were supposedly Brahmanas. The members of our Krishna consciousness movement are in a position similar to that of Prahlad Maharaj all over the world. 99% of the people are godless demons, and therefore our preaching of Krishna consciousness, following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, is always hampered by many impediments. Because of their fault of being devotees, the American boys who have sacrificed everything for preaching Krishna consciousness are charged with being a member of CIA. Moreover, the seminal Brahmanas in India who say that one can become a Brahmana only if born in a Brahmana family charge us with ruining the Hindu system of religion. Of course, the fact is that one becomes a Brahmana by qualification, because we are training Europeans and Americans to become a qualified and are awarding them Brahminical status. We are being charged with destroying the Hindu religion. Nonetheless, confronting all kinds of difficulty, we must spread the Krishna consciousness movement with a great determination. Like that of Prahlad Maharaj, in spite of being the son of a demon, Hiraṇyakaśipu prepared the chastisement of the seminal Brahmana sons of a demonic father. Explains about how presently in this situation we are also getting what we can say, alleged for destroying the Vedic culture. Because in ISKCON we are giving to even Shudras, even by birth, or the Mlechas, or by Westerners who are considered as lower than the Shudras. The purpose is that we are bringing them onto that level and then we are avoiding. Unless and until one develops these qualities, it's very difficult. Otherwise, just becoming a seminal Brahman by birth. And Prabhupada says, even though there are a lot of agitation or opposition from these so-called by birth Brahmanas, still we have to keep continuing the spreading Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada gives example of Prahlad Maharaj. As he was determined to remember their lordship, to perform devotional service to him, even though he was born in a demonic family and had a father like a Hiraṇyakaśipu who was totally against or deadly against their lordship. Then further, the Shanda and Amarka, they says, Daiteya Chandanavane Jato Ayakam Takam Drumaha Yan Mulo Namula Rashasaro Vishnor Naluko Arbhakaha. This rascal Prahlad has appeared like a palm tree in a forest of sandalwood. This is how the intelligence get carried away by the influence of the external energy of the Lord. Even though the Shanda and Amarka, they were born of, and Shukracharya is considered as one of the greatest scholar of Vedic texts. Still, these people, they were glorifying the demonic dynasty as a forest of a Chandan. And devotee Prahlads, they are considered as a thorny bush. So that is the demonic mentality. Because they can't see any good quality in good people, but they find always faults with them. To cut down sandalwood trees, an axe is needed, and the wood of the thorn tree is very suitable for the handle of such an axe. Lord Vishnu is the axe for cutting down the sandalwood forest of the family of demons, and the Prahlad is the handle for that axe. Thorn trees generally grow in deserted places, not in the sandalwood forest. But the seminal Brahmanas, Shanda and Amarka, compared the dynasty of Daitya, Hiraṇyakaśipu, to a sandal forest and compared Prahlad Maharaj to a hard, strong thorn tree that could provide the handle of an axe. They compared Lord Vishnu to the axe itself, and the axe alone cannot cut a thorn tree. It needs a handle which may be made up of the wood of a thorn tree. Thus, the thorn tree of a demonic civilization can be cut to pieces by the acts of Vishnu Bhakti, devotional service to Lord Krishna. Some of the members of a demonic civilization, like Prahlad Maharaj, may become a handle for the axe to assist Lord Vishnu. And thus, the entire forest of demonic civilization can be cut to pieces. When Prabhupada ji went to Russia, he stayed there for a few days. And that time it was very difficult to preach or to speak something about God. It was like a communist country, totally. And babies were strict. If they can find anyone worshipping God or going to a church or thinking about or reading the Bible, everything was banned. In such a case, Prabhupada went there. And Shamchandra Prabhu says that it was really difficult to get anything to eat there. Very difficult. Somehow they got some milk and bread and they had it. And Prabhupada had a meeting with only two personalities there. One Bengali boy and one Russian. So that Bengali boy came, they had a conversation with the Prabhupada and they left. The Russian came, he sat, he was very interested in taking Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada blessed him, gave him an initiation the first time. And asked Shamchandra Prabhu, let's go, our work is done. They were surprised that we never had any big program, no preaching, nothing. Prabhupada met some dignitaries like some professor, Patakshwati and others. That's it, but not any formal big program. And while coming, Prabhupada said that this boy will take care of the rest. Don't worry. And that's what happened. That devotee, I forgot his name. He worked so hard. He had only one copy of Bhagavad Gita. With hands, he wrote down hundreds of copies in Russian language. And he distributed them. It was like a smuggling books from the European countries and distributed them. As Prabhupada says that Prahlad Maharaj has begun an axe to cut down the demonic civilization or the forest of demonic civilization. So that person became an axe to cut down this communism in the Russia. One devotee. And now there are thousands of devotees, more than 40,000. Can you imagine? Who are initiated. There are a few temples there. Twice a day they have Harinam on the road in the Russia. So by the mercy of a pure devotee, someone takes it seriously and Lord empowers him to do it. After some time, KGB is there. Caught him, they put him into jail for years together. He was not allowed to carry anything. He used to make chanting beads with the bread. He used to cut that bread, soak it, make a balls, and he used to keep it. And every day he used to chant his 108 mantras or malas and the balls. Seeing his sincerity, these people, what they did again, they started giving him drugs to put him on the dose, high dose of the drugs. And he lost his sanctity. He lost his. He became a Catholic crazy. In 1996, one of Prabhupada's disciples, the dear disciple of Prabhupada, is known as Lokmanya Swami Maharaj. He went there and he brought him to India. And that was the first time that we came to know that about the glory of this person who was the pioneer in preaching in Russia. And further, it is said, Shanda and Amarka, the teachers of Prahlad Maharaj, chastised and threatened their disciple in various ways and began teaching him about the paths of religion, economic development, and sense gratification. This is the way they educated him: dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. So present civilization also we see that. But present civilization never speaks, or education never speaks about dharma. It just speaks about artha and kama. Forget about moksha. Only how to exploit people and how to earn money. Then days passed, and after some time, the teachers, Shanda and Amarka, thought that Prahlad Maharaj was sufficiently educated. Affairs of pacifying public leaders, appeasing them by giving them lucrative posts, dividing rules over them, and punishing them in case of disobedience. Then one day after Prahlada's mother had personally washed the boy and dressed him nicely with sufficient ornaments, they present him before his father. It's necessary for a person who is going to be a king to learn all these political affairs, especially these four things of diplomacy, that is, Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. To get done or to execute their order, they should follow this. So, Shanda and Amarka, for days together, they try to train him in that particular aspect. And one day, they thought that now he's got well educated, so we'll present him before. Then they brought him in front of His Highness Hiraṇyakaśipu Maharaj. And when Hiraṇyakaśipu saw him, Prahlad Maharaj was by birth, he was having all the qualities of a saintly person. So when he saw his father, immediately he fell down at his feet, offered him his pranam. And there itself, Hiraṇyakashipu's heart got melted. Oh, such a wonderful. And Hiraṇyakashipu got so much pleased. And he started offering showers of his mercy on Prahlad. He embraced him with his two arms. It generally happens that father naturally feel happy to embrace his son. And if you have a son like a Prahlad Maharaj, definitely you will be pleased to do that. Then Narad Muni, further he narrated the sequence of incidents, what has happened after. Hiraṇyakashipu seated Prahlad Maharaj on his lap and began smelling his head, with affectionate tears gliding down from his eyes and moistening the child's smiling face. He spoke to his son as follows. Hiraṇyakashipu said, "My dear Prahlad, my dear son, O long-lived one, for so much time you have heard many things from your teachers. Now please repeat to me whatever you think the best of that knowledge." Here he has not mentioned the direct names of Shanda and Amarka as his teachers. And not only Shanda and Amarka were the teacher for Prahlad Maharaj, but his first and prime teacher was Devarshi Narad. So when he heard that he has to speak, that what is the best of the knowledge that he has heard from the teachers, Prahlad Maharaj immediately thought of teachings given by Devarshi Narad. And then Prahlad Vacha. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Arachanam Vandanam Dasyam Satyam Atmanivedanam Iti Pumsar Pita Vishnu Bhaktishche Navalakshana Kriyate Bhagavat Tanmanne Adhyuttamam. Hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia and pastime of Lord Krishna. Remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with the 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his devotee, considering the Lord one's best friend and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with the body, mind and purse. These line processes are accepted as a pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through this line method should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So the person who takes up the devotional service is considered that he has already achieved all the other processes and he has acquired the complete knowledge. When Prahlad Maharaj was asked by his father to say something from whatever he had learned, he considered that he had learned from the spiritual master. Devarshi Narad is best of all the teachings, and whatever Shanda and Amarka they have spoke about is useless. Bhakti pareshanu dhava viraktir anyatra cha. This is the symptom of pure devotional service. When you keep advancing in your spiritual life, what happens? Viraktir, you start developing detachment in your heart for the worldly things. So that's another testimony for us to understand that whether we are making progress in spiritual life or not. To execute devotional service, one should always engage in hearing and chanting about Krishna or Lord Vishnu. The process of temple worship is called Archana. How to perform Archana will be explained here. One should have a complete faith in the word of Krishna, who says that he is the great well-wishing friend of everyone. Suradam Sarva Bhutana. A devotee considers Krishna the only friend. This is called Sathyam. Pumsar Pita Vishnu. The word Pumsa means by all living entities. There are no distinction permitted by only a man or only a Brahmana to offer devotional service to the Lord. Everyone can do so, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Striyo Vaishyastata Shudro Stepi Yanti Param Gatir. Although women, Vaishyas and Shudras are considered less intelligent, they also can become devotees and return home back to God. So, rendering devotional service is not an affair of that can be done only by the Brahmanas or an elevated class of people. No. Even beasts, birds, all the creatures. Prabhupada is translating this word pumsam as living entities in a broad way. So, anyone can take Krishna consciousness seriously and sincerely, and he can go back to God. After performing sacrifices, sometimes a person engaged in a fruitive activity customarily offers the result to Vishnu. But here it is said, Bhagavat-yada, one must directly offer everything to Vishnu. This is called sannyasa, not merely nyasa. A tridandi sannyasi carries three dandas, signifying kaya, mano, vakya, body, mind and words. All this should be offered to Vishnu. And then one can begin devotional service. Fruitive workers first perform some pious activities and then family or officially offer the results to Vishnu. The real devotee, however, first offers his surrender to Krishna with his body, mind and words, and then uses his body, mind and word for the service of Krishna and Krishna desires. As the Krishna desires. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gives the following explanation in this Tatya. The word Shravana refers to giving oral reception to the holy name and description of the Lord's form, qualities, entourage, and pastime as explained in Srimad Bhagavad Gita and similar authorized scriptures. After orally receiving such a message, one should memorize these vibrations and repeat them. That is Kirtana. Smaranam means trying to understand more and more about the Supreme Lord. And Padasevana means engaging oneself in the service, in the serving the lotus feet of the Lord according to the time and circumstances. Archana means worshipping Lord Vishnu as one does in the temple. And Vandana means offering respectful prayers. Manamana bhavamadbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru, as Lord has explained in the 18th chapter, 65th verse. Vandana means namaskuru, offering obeisances or offering prayers. Thinking oneself to be Nitya Krishna Das, everlasting a servant of Krishna, is called Dasyam or Sakyam. Means being a well-wisher of Krishna. Krishna wants everyone to surrender unto him because everyone is constitutionally his servant. Therefore, as a sincere friend of Krishna, one should preach the philosophy requesting everyone to surrender unto Krishna. Atma Nivedana means offering Krishna everything, including one's body, mind, intelligence, and whatever one may possess. One sincere endeavor to perform this 9th process of devotional service is technically called bhakti. The word adha means directly. One should not be like the karmis who perform pious activities and then formally offer the results to Krishna. That is karmakanda. One should not aspire for the results of his pious activities, but should dedicate oneself fully and then act piously. In other words, one should act for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu, not for the satisfaction of his own senses. That is the meaning of the word adha. Anyavilashita shunyam jnanakarmadi anavritam anukulena krishnanushilanam bhaktir uttama. One should render transcendental living service to the Supreme Lord, Krishna, favorably and desire to merge One should render transcendental living service to the Supreme Lord, Krishna, favorably and without desire of material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotion service. One should simply satisfy Krishna without being influenced by fruitive knowledge or fruitive activity. The Gopalakapani Upanishad says that the word bhakti means engagement in devotional service of the Supreme Personality of a Godhead, not of anyone else. Like if someone is worshipping some demigods and called him as I'm a bhakta of that. That terminology is not there in the Nirukti or neither in the Vedas. Because bhakta, bhakti and Bhagavan, they are related with each other. The worshipper of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu, they are known as the bhaktas. And others, if they worship and dedicate their life, they are called as a upasaka, who does upasana. But whoever takes shelter at the lotus feet of spiritual master, in particularly all these four Vaishnava Sampradayas, then they gave Pancha Sanskara, through which that person becomes eligible to develop progress in his spiritual life. And some places it starts directly with the initiation, giving them a security to show that. So, Mula mantras to chant. At some places, first they train them in that particular category so that they can understand what is a Brahminical standard. Rather than that, they try to understand what is meant by Vaishnava, because Vaishnavas are far greater than the Brahmanas. They may be born out of any caste, creed, locality, that doesn't matter. But because they have developed such an intense love for their lordship in their heart, as we can see the Prahlad Maharaj, who was born out of a Daitya, like a Hiraṇyakaśipu. But in the assembly of devotees, he is always honored as a great devotee, even though he was born as a Daitya. Maybe in the evening we will discuss all these 9 vidhis of devotional service in elaborate. Now it's going to be there, and this purport is quite big. In the evening we will discuss about 9-fold process that Prahlad Maharaj has explained to render devotional service to God. Hare Krishna. Wonderful purport Prabhupada has given for this verse.
Very, very long. Is this the longest purport?
No, not that. The longest one is in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
Because that is so long. We're celebrating appearance day of Lord Narasimha on Tuesday. So we are preparing the talk about Lord Narasimha. Started that yesterday.